Well, first of all, thank you very much. We want to thank SCORE for having us here today. How many of you have been here to SCORE before? Everyone, pretty much. Not everyone. Never been to SCORE before. Real quick overview of what SCORE is. SCORE is a group of people that are retired executives and individuals that have been very successful in their fields, and a broad field, if you will, from anything from how to write a business plan, how to get a business loan, how to get a patent, how to shut down a business, you name it, they've done it. And the cool part about that is when you come in, you can get counseling on any part of the business, wherever you're at, whether you're just getting started, you're someplace, you're 5 years into your business and you want to take it to the next level, and you're wondering how to do that, you can access SCORE and their expertise. Now there's 39 or 42, I want to say 42 is the last count, of, I'm going to say, experts that volunteer their time here at SCORE. And the way it basically works is you come in, and there's some time spent with them, and they're finding out who you are before you come in. And when you come in, they try to group you with a person that will give you the best possible support. So let's say, for instance, I need to know how to write a business plan so I can get a loan for a business. Well, they're going to get you with someone who knows how to do that very, very well. Now, the person who helps you write the business plan may not be the same person who helps you get the business loan or guides you through that. The neat part about all this is there's no charge, and there's no okay, you come in less one time and that's good. No, it's as long as it takes. In fact, about 4 months ago, there was an event. Actually, it's almost 6 now. There was an event at the casino at Agua Caliente, and there was a lady who stood up, and they spent 2 years with her, and she's extremely successful. I think her business was catering. I believe it was catering. And so she went from, just an idea. She worked for Marriott and decided she wanted to kind of go out on her own, and they guided her through every step of the process, and now she's a major caterer in the desert. So whatever you need, they have it here. All you have to do is call or stop by and check that out and make that decision to utilize our services. Now, why are we here? Well, the reason is because we talk about things that are doing with the internet. Now, as we all know, in the last 5 to 7 years, the internet has changed tremendously, and most of the people that are in SCORE have probably been retired probably more than 5 to 10 years, where things have changed dramatically. So Andrew, who owns a company called Autopilot Your Business, and my business partner Amy Anderson, I own a company called Swing Point Media. Now, Andrew, what he does, he specializes in online. Well, I'll just let you tell us what you do, Andrew.
Pretty much anything online. So you're looking to get online, you want to create content, podcasts, magazines, you want to be found, you want social media, assistance, strategies around that sort of stuff. That's what we do, autopilotyourbusiness.com, all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, what we do is we help people get online and be found and communicate through all kinds of content marketing, follow-up pieces, but we use it through the power of video. Video is the most, the fastest growing, and as well as the most powerful communication medium you can have out there. We focus on doing that with our small businesses and here and around the valley. So we are engaged right now doing this. We're still involved in this because the internet, everything that's happening on the internet changes so rapidly. What we talked about 2 weeks ago probably is going to be, it could be stale, or there's a new application that can make the process even easier or faster for us. So we're in this market every day, and then we come in and we talk about this on Tuesday mornings called Sunrise Business Mastermind. So that's where we're at today, and we want to thank you all for coming. Today we're going to talk about social media, and Andrew's going to walk us through what sometimes, I don't want to steal all this thunder, but I'm going to take a little bit of it, of the overwhelming process of managing social media. Because it seems like if you have to, they say, Nicole, hey, you should be on Facebook, you should be on Pinterest, you better be on YouTube, you better be on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And also you're going, when do I do my business? Yeah. I'm so busy doing this social media, I can't even take care of or build my business. So Andrew's going to share some neat tools today that'll help you. If you're not already using it, it's an aha moment for you today. Hopefully it's an aha moment for you. I didn't even know this existed, and now I can take care of everything from one place. So, Andrew, it's up to you now. I'm going to get the AC going.
Thanks, Jeff. So, how many people are using social media now? How many people should be using it more, they think? So, when I was getting this presentation ready, I thought, which way do we want to go? There's so many things that I could talk about in social media. And I saw an article recently about the overwhelm of social media. Anyone ever gone through overwhelm trying to look at social media? Not you, Larry, you're super. But I thought, what is it that's overwhelming for people? What is the one big factor that is really overwhelming for everybody? And I did a little bit more research and I found out it was time. Time to do it. Like, when do you get time, as Jeff said, to do social media? We're all hearing that you've got to be on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and LinkedIn. When do you actually do it all? Anyone got an answer for that?
No.
At night? Night may be the right time, but it may be also the wrong time for you. It may be the right time for you, but it may be the wrong time for your customers. If your customers aren't on there at night, they may not even see your information. So I thought today what we'll do is I'll peel back the curtain on one of the tools that I use and show you what I do and how I use that tool, so you can use it if you like, you don't have to, but it just gives you an idea of there is help out there, there is assistance out there in the form of different tools. And I thought I'll peel back the curtain and show you what my account looks like, and then that way you can get an idea of whether that fits for you. Does that sound like a plan? Sound like something you'd like to see today? Alright, now Jeff was going to come out and help me with this next bit, but he's disappeared already. That's awesome. Thanks, Jeff. So, essentially there are, let's see, there's 3 different tools out there. If Jeff does walk back in, and if he's listening out the back, he'll come in and tell me about this. Social Oomph is one tool that is out there. Now, I don't use this anymore. I used to use this tool. Jeff and Amy use this tool, so they're going to give you a little rundown of what it's about. Is that Jeff coming in now to give me a rundown? No? Are you getting a rundown of Social Oomph?
Sure, that's why I'm coming in.
That's right, I knew you were. So Jeff and Amy use Social Oomph, and it's a tool that can automate a lot of your online processes. So Jeff, give us a rundown of how you use Social Oomph and what you use it for.
Well, I'm going to defer a little bit of this to Amy, who's in the back room. When we first started, I started using Social Oomph, and that's when there was only 2 or 3 there was Facebook, and there was LinkedIn, and gosh, what else? Maybe Twitter, that was it. And I found it so easy because there's a dashboard. It's almost like a dashboard in your car. It has all the instruments on there, so you can kind of, at a glance, take a look at it. Hey, how's my oil pressure? Am I speeding? And whatever's going on, you can quickly take a look at it. So don't get confused with, or don't get intimidated by the word dashboard. It's just a place where you see everything at one time. And the cool thing I liked about Social Oomph is it allows you to say, hey, I'm logging in, and I can communicate with every one of those platforms with a push of one button. So as an example, let's say, Les, you want to talk to people in LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook, and you have that linked, you have it set up so social media or Social Oomph has that all together, and you want to have a post. Maybe there's something you've just done, an appraisal, if you will, for a particular area, and you just want to give a little update on that. And you share that. And you write it once and push it, and you're done. But the cool thing about this, and Andrew's going to show us here in a second, every one of your social media platforms will be like in a line, and it'll say, it'll say Twitter, and it'll have all the feeds from that. LinkedIn, it'll have all the feeds from that. So whatever your social media that you're using will have that all displayed right in front of you, and as the feeds come in, you'll be able to see it. You can respond to it, you can add things to it, but here's the part I like the most. How many of you have ever seen things come on your on a social media, those of you who use it, and all of a sudden you know that Robert is sitting right next to you, but here comes a post from Robert, and it shows up at 7:43, but Robert's in the room. How did he do that? Has anybody ever noticed that? Well, the way we do it now is with Social Oomph is you can schedule all your communication in advance. Like Amy does this for us, our business. She schedules between 5 and 6 posts a day for 30 days in advance. So now it gives us a chance to work on our business instead of in our business and still communicate. And then if anybody responds back, it lets us know and we can interact with them. And that saves us a ton of time. Now, the only thing that's a little different, or that I want to caution you on, is something that you want to make sure that if you're talking to people in Twitter, it may not be the same communication style as it would be in Facebook. or it may not be the same communication style as it is in LinkedIn. So you want to learn, and I'm not sure if Andrew's going to go into this today, of the context. Like as an example, Facebook. Are you more, your name, sir? Javier. Do you Facebook? Okay, so what catches your attention? A lot of text or a big picture? Big picture. So if you want to, oddly enough, let's get the big picture of this. Facebook, if you're doing Facebook, I would work in visual communication. And I would take that picture and I'd put some kind of saying on it. I wouldn't put it underneath it, I'd put it on it. Then if I want to put something in, I'd put it underneath there. But I'd brand it. So when I put a picture, your business again?
Village Financial.
Village Financial. So let's say there's something with Village Financial. So let's say, for instance, you have a picture of somebody in a customer service role. It looks like they're obviously in a bank. You want to put down their customer service number 1, branded Village Financial. And then you put it on there. So that way, it's not separate. If somebody copies and forwards it or they share it, it will be shared with that information. So they're sharing your brand. But yet, if you're on LinkedIn, LinkedIn may be a different communication style. On LinkedIn, we tend to want to see more text. We want to get into the meat of it. So it may be something else. It may be a link to something you've written that you want to share with that. You can do all this off this platform on Social Oomph. It's a great tool. It's probably saved us, literally, it'll probably save us 20 to 40 hours a month by using this platform, but yet we're now covering more bases with less effort. And that's
What's the cost?
Oh, I think it's like, I think you pay like $10 a month for that. It's actually free. There is a free version, but the updated, or let's say the paid version, allows you to use many more social platforms and also schedule in advance, which is really important. Okay.
Was anybody using social? Anybody heard of it before? No. Okay. Cool. So that's one platform. And there's another one called TweetDeck. Anybody heard of TweetDeck? Anybody using TweetDeck? Okay. So TweetDeck was recently, well not recently, probably a couple of years ago now, was bought out by Twitter. So it's very Twitter centric. It does link with some other platforms. The difference with this one, there is a downloadable version where you can actually run it from your desktop, whereas Social Oomph runs from the web. So whether you're on your laptop or your iPad or your phone, you can run Social Oomph. TweetDeck, there is a version now on the web as well, so you can run that. I don't think there is a price of TweetDeck. I stopped using that way before I stopped using Social Oomph. But the one I use the most now is this one here called Hootsuite. How many people have heard of Hootsuite? Anyone using Hootsuite right now? Awesome. That's great. That means I can talk to everybody and no one's going to sit there and go, I know that. Alright, so Hootsuite is one of my favourite platforms and I'm going to show you why. So this is what I'm going to peel back the curtains on today. I'm going to show you my account on Hootsuite, how it all works and how you can use it too. Cool thing is there is a free version as well. So you can have a free version and you can have, I believe, up to 3 different accounts. So you may want to have a Facebook profile, a Twitter profile, and a LinkedIn profile. If that's enough for you, then you probably don't need the advanced, high-profile, super expensive version of $5.99 a month, which gives you pretty much everything. So here's, I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to dig in and look at my dashboard live. So don't get overwhelmed with all this information. This is a dashboard, and as Jeff said, sometimes this information can overwhelm you when you first see it. So let's just break it down a little bit without you trying to work out where everything is. So up the top there in the red box is the message composing section. So if I wanted to compose a message to go out to my followers, I write it just up the top there. Put my message in there. It'll tell me how many characters I've got, how many I've used up. And then over here, it lets me send it out to whatever platform I want to. So if I've hooked up my Twitter account, my LinkedIn, my YouTube, my Foursquare, it doesn't matter, there's a whole bunch of platforms here and we'll go through that in a minute. I can send that message out to everybody at the one click of a button. So rather than going into LinkedIn, hang on a sec, Jim, rather than going into LinkedIn, typing a post and going into Facebook and doing the same thing and then logging into Twitter, I can do it all from one spot here, just by pushing one button. Already, can you see how that's going to save you some time doing that?
Can you attach pictures?
Can I what?
Attach pictures?
Yes, we can. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So you can attach a picture. I'll show you all of the functionality of these in a minute. So up the top there, so that's where you compose your message. The next section here is all of my different accounts that I've got. Now, this is one of my Twitter accounts. This is the second Twitter account. This is the third one. How many do you need? You only need one. Why do I have three? Don't ask. Facebook groups, Facebook pages, personal. These are all tabs of information that I've put together. Now, I create these tabs. Inside this tab, this is my one Twitter account. Inside this tab, I have a home feed for this Twitter account. I have the mention, so anybody that mentions my name for this Twitter account, I put here. I have a list of people that I'm following. So if I'm following some information, this pops up here, so I get to see what's happening for the information I want. If you've ever been on Twitter, you've probably seen a lot of information coming through and you think, how do I keep up with this stuff? This is how I do it. I put it through a list here where I can quickly see what's coming through from the people I want to see from. And then I've got pending tweets, which we'll talk about in just a moment. So that's the tab section. Then the next section is just what we've been through, that whole body of information from each of the tabs. And the last piece over here is the menu section. So this is where you drive your Twitter account and the various aspects of it. So, is that confusing to anybody just yet? Yes?
The yellow, you said that's where you drive your Twitter?
That's the menu. That's where you drive the whole Hootsuite. I should say Hootsuite. I didn't mean Twitter. Hootsuite. That's where you drive. That's all the different applications. We'll have a play through those in a few moments. Any questions about that before we dig in and check it out? Is this interesting to anybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. All right. So let's have a look at Here we go. So this is my thing load. You'll see things starting to flash and move, which just tells you that we're live on the internet. So I'm going to stand over here and talk so you can see where we're coming from. So let's go up the top here. This is the composed message section. Now up the top there, as you can see, it leaves you a big white space. Now if I go to type in a message, great day today, for instance. Now there's a number of things that I can do here. Over on the side here, it says which profiles do you want to add this to. So I can drop down. There's all these different, not only just profiles, but I can even post to Facebook groups. If I'm in a Facebook group, if I'm a member of, if I've got Facebook pages, I can send it to Facebook pages as well. So it really is a dashboard that connects everything that you've got on social media. So let's say that I want to go and send this out to my Twitter account there. You know what, let me just get rid of some. So right now, it says I've only got one. I want to just send it to one account. So right now, I've typed up my message. Now I can add a link here. Now the cool thing about adding a link is that if you go to a website, let's say that I went to, I'm going to go and pick a website just for argument's sake. Mashable.com is a website that I read often. Now I'm going to just pick an article. Now can you see this up here? There's the URL of this article. See up the top there? It's a fairly long URL. Okay. Now that long URL, sometimes that's relatively short. Some of these posts that you might come across, let's say that I thought that this was a great article that I wanted to share with my followers. I would copy that URL and I would paste it in my Twitter account. Now, how many characters do you have for a Twitter tweet? Anybody know? 140. Right, you've only got 140 characters for a tweet. Now, this URL, anybody know how many characters there are in that one? Don't count, there's a few. If I was to post that in my tweet, then that's basically going to take up half of my message, right? So let's say that I wanted to paste it right there. You can see that right down the bottom here, can you see that 102? If I do one more letter, you can see how it drops down. That tells you how many characters you've got left for Twitter. So it actually does a count for you, so you don't have to actually go and sit there and count each of these. Now, I've got 102 characters left, which already tells me that I've taken up a lot of room on my tweet. So instead of putting that link up the top there, I'm just going to delete that up. I'm going to add it down the bottom here. And what this does is it shrinks that link to what they call a shortened URL. Right? And a shortened URL will make it around about 18 characters instead of the long, however long that happens to be. So right there, can you see that little tiny link there now? So that becomes a link. Now the good thing about this link is that it's actually trackable, which means that Hootsuite will tell you how many people have clicked on that link. So why would you want to do that? Well, let's say that you're testing to see which of your tweets are working. You may have a range of different things you want to send out. And you want to find out how many people are actually reading my tweets. Is there anybody out there? Hello, world? Click, click, click. So it measures how many people are clicking on your links, which is a good indication of whether you're doing the right thing. I like to use this, especially if I'm testing headlines for emails. I'll put the headline in a tweet and put the URL, shortened URL, just to see if the headline is attracting people to click on my link. And the ones that work properly, then I use it in my email messages. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so a couple of things we can do from this point here. We can go down here and we can attach an image or a file. Is that Jim? Just there. We can attach an image. So if I want to add an image to my tweet, I can do that. If I want to send it out to Facebook, I can do that from here. I can send it out to LinkedIn, YouTube. Please.
Jeff mentioned when you send a picture, don't just send a title, something word in it, but put some words inside the picture, embedded in the picture.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that too. So if you've created an image already and you put your logo on there, or put your website inside URL, you can just upload this. So if I was to click an image right now, it's going to ask me to upload an image. Where do you want to get the image from? So that's something you prepared earlier. So you put that image up there from your computer. Okay. Make sense? Yeah. Okay. Here's the other cool thing: schedule. Now I can go and schedule this tweet to come out in the future. Now, as Jeff said, they schedule tweets for the next month, which means that they don't have to go back and do it every single day. How many people would like to do that? Yeah. Right? It's going to make your life a lot easier. Now, there'll be times when you won't be able to schedule tweets, like you can't schedule next week's news because you don't know what it is just yet, right? But you can schedule things that are evergreen, which means something that is going to be relevant next week to yesterday or last month. Does that make sense? Yep. So you can put a schedule out there. You can pick the time, the date that you want to send it. You can even get an email sent to you to just remind you that that message has been sent. If you haven't got enough emails in your inbox, then you can click on that button. But I don't click on it because it annoys me. So that's scheduling. You can add a location if you want to do that. So if you might want to say that I'm going to send my location, I don't want this to know my location because I don't do it. But you can put a location in there as well, if you like. Now here's a cool thing, targeting options. Let's say that you're specifically only concentrating on a specific country. Let's say that your tweet is not relevant outside the US. Then you can just click on which country you want to actually target. You may have a specific country. You may be doing some work in I don't know, Mexico, and you want to just target Mexico. You can do that as well. So it lets you target the people that are from Mexico to read your tweet. That's pretty cool. If you're into that sort of stuff.
Going back though to locations, are you saying different location like a different social media platform?
No, geolocation. So it usually says you're doing it from Palm Springs or Palm Desert.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So you may, because sometimes people want to tell you, hey, I'm coming from London. Some people like to do it. It just sometimes it makes it relevant to what you're talking about too. So that's up to you if you want to choose to do that. And then you've got some privacy options there as well. So that's basically the setup of how you put a tweet out into the various aspects. You can also actually have saved tweets as well. So you can save this message as a template. So you may want to think, okay, I'm going to send this message out. I'm going to send it out a few different times, but the link may be different. So let's say, for instance, you've got a blog post. You're doing a blog post every week. And you might say, here's my latest blog post this week. Check it out. Right, so you save that as a template. So rather than going typing that, because that's a whole hassle, like 5 words, but you can save it as a template. So when you want to use that next week, you just click on template and add your new link in there, and then send it. Does that make sense? So you can actually create a template for it as well. Any questions about that? No?
Yeah. Can you share this account with everyone?
Yeah. So you can have teams. You can have teams. And I'll talk about that in a minute, so I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. But yes, you can have shared accounts so that you have other people doing some stuff on your behalf as well. So if you're looking for an outsource or a virtual assistant or someone like that, certainly do that. All right, I'm not going to post that out to anybody today. Okay, so there's that. Now let's dig down to these little tabs here. The great thing is that I've got a paid account, so I've got the pro version, so I can add all of these different accounts on here. But if I was to just scroll across the bottom here to show you what this looks like, my home feed, this is my home feed for all my tweets coming out from this account here. So if I was to click on update, it's going to give me all of the next bunch of tweets that I'm really interested in, as you can see. But sometimes I like to have them there just to see what's happening. So I can go through, and now if I see a tweet here, let's say that this one here was something that I wanted to, let me just check before I tell you that. Let's say that I wanted to reply to this person. I can easily reply to this person from in here. I don't have to log into Twitter to do it. I can go and retweet that. So if I thought that that was a great tweet that I wanted to share to my followers, I could retweet that as well. Does everybody know what a retweet is?
No.
Anyone not know what a retweet is? Basically all I'm doing is I'm actually grabbing that information and I'm just copying it and sending it out to my followers, but it's giving accreditation to this person here. So Whiskey Tango 19, I will have that as a retweet. I'll call their name out. So I'm not claiming it as my own information. I'm actually retweeting what they've said. So it's giving them credibility, or giving them, what's the word I'm looking for? Giving them acknowledgement, thank you, for that tweet.
So is the home feed all the people you follow?
They're all the people that I follow, yes, on my Twitter account. So as you can see there, I've got 30, I've got a lot on this. This account's got a lot of people on it, so it's ticking over. Every time I update, there'll be 30 plus already. There's 60,000 people on this one, so there's a lot coming through here. I don't read that because it's too hard to read. It's like
So why follow 60,000 people?
So I've got 70,000 people following me. So I've got people following me, and I'll do a lot of follow backs. Now I will separate. This will be another discussion, but I will separate those different people into different groups and lists in Twitter. Litter, isn't your name for it? Litter. Twitter. So I'll follow certain groups. So I'll create lists in my own account so that I can follow specific people. So I might have a bunch of marketers that I follow. I might have a bunch of other people. I don't have to follow that many people. It's just something that I've done. Is automatically I'll follow people. As they follow me, I'll follow them back, which is sort of courtesy. You'll find that some of the celebrities won't follow anybody, and they'll just get everyone to follow them, which is whatever. If that's the way they want to do it. But you can't go the other way. You can't have, you can't go and follow 100,000 people and nobody follows you. Twitter has a limit because otherwise, they started doing that when they opened up, and so many spammers were just out there following as many people as they could, and then thinking that they were going to just send mass messages to them. But Twitter put a cap on it, and they said, you know what? Here's the general rule: 10%. You can have 10% people. You can go and follow 10% more than people that are following you. All right. So if you have 1,000 people that you've gone out and followed, Twitter will let you have up to 900 people following you. So let me explain that again. If you have 900 people that you're following you, you can only follow about 1,000 people. Make sense?
Yeah.
So, so over here, these are the actual streams that I like to look at. So mentions. Anybody that mentions me, I want to make sure that I'll go and see he's mentioned me, so I'll go back and either acknowledge that, or if respond to it however I want to do that. So it gives me an opportunity to see who's talking about me on Twitter rather than me logging in. Does that make sense? And that's I've got a list here, so I can go and see if I like some information that's coming out. Let's say that this one here, I might want to send this out to my followers. I might go and retweet, because these lists here are the information that I want to follow, rather than this first list, because this first list can be just anybody and anything. This list over here, I've actually designed this list for me, so I know that it's going to suit my followers. So a lot of the information that comes out into this list is going to be relevant for my followers. So it means just give me a nice, easy place to go and see where the information is that I want to share with my followers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And then I have pending tweets, which means tweets that I've set up in the future. So these are the ones I can quickly look and go, oh, whoops, I didn't want to send that one out. Let me go and get rid of that. So I can go and delete it, or just edit it, or change the date if I want to change the date. And then these are the ones that I've sent out in the past, so I can go through and see all my past tweets. Now, that's all good. That's Twitter. Let me, one thing I do want to show you, Jim, over here, this account here is shared with our team. So this is our business account. And you can see that I've responded to this particular message. So this person here said I'm following, this is our podcast on Spreaker, this person's responding to it. If I scroll down a little bit, you'll see where it comes, Heather is my business partner. I can see that Heather has gone out and responded to this tweet, which means I don't have to go and do it. So it gives me an indication of who on my team has responded, rather than saying, oh, did somebody respond to that person? You know, is there a problem? If someone put a message there and there was an issue, or there was a great compliment, we want to make sure that we don't miss it. So we want to find out, hey, did I respond? I can't remember if I did or not. Can't remember if Heather did or not. So it gives you an indication of who responded to which tweet. So it just sort of keeps you up to date with your team, which is a great feature that I like. So if you are thinking about getting a virtual assistant, you add them to your team, and then you can see what they've been doing, which things they've been responding to. Does that make sense? Yep. So then over here, I'm a member of different Facebook groups. Now, I don't own these Facebook groups, I haven't created them, I'm just a member of them, but I do want to keep up to date. Now, if you've ever been in Facebook and you're a member of a group, you'll know that you'll be added to groups you didn't even know you're added to. But there are groups that you want to keep in contact with. So in this case here, I've got Internet Marketing Super Friends. This one here is called Easy Video Suite. This one here is called our Autopilot VIP Lounge. So I can quickly see all of my groups at the touch of a button of what's happening in these groups. So I can keep connected with the people in there. I can jump in and respond to people from here. I don't have to, I can add a comment. I don't have to go and log into Facebook and get sidetracked with all the crap that goes on in Facebook. I can see exactly what's happening in these groups. So I can start to keep connected. So if you're a member of a group that you want to add value to, this is a great way to keep up to date. Any questions about that?
So out of the 70,000 that you're following.
That's on Twitter. That's on Twitter. This is Facebook. This one's Facebook here.
Okay. So, okay, I was thinking and writing, so I missed
Okay.
switching over.
Okay.
So on Twitter, do you have them assigned by different groups like that, or is it all one?
Yeah, I can create, if I go back to my Twitter account, I can go back over here and I can create a new, I can add a new stream. See that there? I can click on new stream. So here's what happens. I can go to Twitter and I can go and look at my lists. So I may look at, okay, let's have a look at my lists. I've already created these lists. I've already created these lists in Twitter. So basically what this does is it goes in and says, all right, these are the lists that you have created inside your Twitter account. Now if I created more, it's going to pull down more for me.
So you're subdividing your home group, that whole group, you're subdividing
Yeah.
it into like topics. of
So in
interest.
Twitter itself, there's the ability to create lists.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say you've got 1,000 followers, and let's say, what industry are you in?
Graphic novel publishing.
Publishing, okay, great. So you might have other publishing companies you want to keep a track of, maybe your competition. So you create a list for yourself, and you have all my competition, because I want to see what they're doing. So you create a little list called competition, for argument's sake. And then you can put that list inside, you put that in your Twitter list, then you can just pull this through. So all of a sudden now, you're watching your competition inside Hootsuite. You get to see exactly what they're doing. Rather than going through your entire Twitter account all day, every day, you're looking at your competition.
Does that compile the competition like from Facebook and Twitter?
No, this would just be Twitter, but then you can go and do that on
For each of the
Facebook.
platforms.
Yeah, exactly. So you can quickly have a look. So you might have competition, you may have clients, you may have some clients, you just want to keep up to date with what's going on with clients. So you may say, you know what, I've got all these clients, I don't have a good handle on what they're doing all the time because I'm busy, but maybe once a week you go into your list of clients and you just say, oh wow, Billy Smith's Pizza, looks like they're doing really well, they've got a great special, or they're doing a fundraiser next week. I might just send them a message saying, hey, good luck with the fundraiser. They're going to say, hey, wow, how did you know about that? You put it on Twitter, but I'm keeping track of it. I'm not sitting there watching what you do. It's coming to you to tell them what's happening. Does that make sense? Yeah, cool.
How do you assign from the 60,000 or 70,000?
How do you send a Twitter? How do you create a Twitter list?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I'll do, if I've got time at the end, I'll go and I'll show you how to do that. Is that all right? I want to get through just this platform, then I'll come back and I'll show you how to do it. It's fairly straightforward. It's pretty simple, but we'll go through it at the end and I'll show you how to do it. If we don't get time, I'll show you at the end. By yourself. All right. Let's. So Facebook groups. My personal Facebook page you can have a look at. So I like to look at wall posts, newsfeed, basically the same thing. Guru updates. So here's where I was keeping a track of people that I call them gurus, just people on my Facebook feeds that I want to find out what they're talking about. So I put that there. So once again, you could create your own competition. If you've got competition companies that are on Facebook, stick the one here so you can see what they're doing every day. It just gives you that extra piece of knowledge about what is happening in your business world, rather than you trying to go out and find it. It all comes to you. This is why I love this dashboard so much.
Can your competitor block you from going in and finding out what he's doing?
Your competitor can block you on Facebook. They can block you personally. So they can do that. They rarely will they do that. It's not. I mean, people block people, but if they're really scared about that, they'll go and find out how to do it. But there's nothing you creating another account if you had to.
If I was going to have a really hot promotion,
yep.
I didn't want the competitors to know because they'll come out and match it.
Right.
How do you stop that from that?
It can be done. It can be done. You can set your privacy up so that you're only sending it to people that are out there. But this is why social media stuff is so good, because you can really see what people are doing. But having said that, people don't do it. They don't do this stuff. We teach them this and they're like, oh, that's awesome, and then they go away and nothing happens. So if you're clever about it, you can really set up some great monitoring tools for not only your own business, but everyone else's business as well. And then we've got LinkedIn and Google Plus over here. So I'm looking at my network updates. I want to see what's happening in my network. I want to see the posts that I've done, just to make sure that I'm doing the right posts. And then I've got company updates. I've taken those off, but you can have company page updates as well on LinkedIn. So there's some pretty cool features up there. I missed one. I'll come back to it. YouTube channels. Here's our YouTube channels. Now these are my subscriptions on YouTube. So if I go and subscribe to, let's say, Jeff and Amy's channel, whenever they post a new video, I can see their videos coming out. Once again, you can look at people that you're following, competitions and that sort of stuff. Then I've got my videos. So I've got two channels in this instance here. I'm showing this one here is a hangout that's happening next Thursday. It's Make It Simple, our TV show. Make It Simple. I can go and add comments to the bottom of this. I can go and watch the videos right from inside Fixweek. I've even got one of you there, Jeff.
Did you?
Yeah. You want to watch this video? It's a whole 3-second video. I don't even know why I had that. Oh, no, I was testing that new app. And it uploaded to it. That's it. That's exciting.
Pre-injury.
That's pre-injury, yeah. So then, here's the other thing. Cool. Here's the other cool thing is, how many people have a website on WordPress? How many people have a WordPress website? So you can actually post your posts from Hootsuite. So you don't even need to go on your blog anymore. You don't need to log into your WP admin and write a post. You can actually post from Hootsuite, which is pretty cool. So if you're on Hootsuite, and by the way, there's phone apps, there's iPad apps for Hootsuite, so you can do all this on your iPad, all on the go. Taking a little time to load, but I've got two blogs. There you go. One blog there and another one, and I can go through and see my different posts that are going out there and that sort of stuff. But once again, I can add posts directly to my blog from inside Hootsuite. So it's a pretty cool app.
Sorry, you're going to see that blog that you're posting it to WordPress?
I'm posting this to this is my actual website. And all what Hootsuite does is it lets me, I'm authorizing it to go into my website and bring all the information down to Hootsuite, but I'm also I'm giving it authorization to upload stuff to my website as well. So my website is my website, it's my window to the world. And Hootsuite lets me post it all out to the world.
What's WordPress?
WordPress is the platform that my website is built on. So 50% of the websites in the world these days are all on WordPress. So it's NASA, McDonald's, they all run through WordPress. It's just one of the biggest platforms out there, and WordPress is what I use to run all my websites as well.
Could be WordPress blog too.
Yeah, you get a WordPress blog. I don't think Hootsuite lets you connect to WordPress, the WordPress.com, but the self-hosted WordPress sites it lets you connect to.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is this, when you say you post it to your website, or your page, is it like cellular where you can select what portion of your site it goes to?
It'll go to the blog post.
Oh, the blog.
It goes to the blog post, yeah. It won't let you go and update pages and stuff like
Oh.
that. It'll just be the blog post. Alright, so then on the other side here, here's a couple of cool things that I want to show you. This publisher app, this gives me an indication of what's scheduled, what's coming up. So if I wanted to go and check out, let's say Amy, who's scheduled all the posts for Swing Point Media, she'll have a whole bunch of things here. Now, if she doesn't like the list view, you can go and have a look at the week view. In my case, it's not there. Why isn't it there? Maybe the month view will show me. There you go. So the month view, I can quickly see what posts are going out on what day. So it gives you okay, maybe I've got too many people, maybe I've got too many posts on that day. You know what? This post here, I don't think I want it on the day. I'm just going to put it over there. So you can drag it and you can move your posts just by doing a quick drag and drop. So you don't have to go and retime it. You just want to say, you know what? I want to have at least one post every day. It looks like I put 2 on Tuesday. I didn't mean to do that. I can quickly change it out. So it lets you update all of that sort of stuff pretty easily. Am I going too fast with this stuff? No? Alright, one other thing that I do want to show you, and this is brand new. This is called Suggested. Now, this is really, really cool. So I only saw this the other day come out, and it actually suggests posts for my business type. So when you set this up in the first place, it will say which account do you want to select to post items to. Now, what's your topic? What sort of topics do you want to cover? So I said Facebook, social media, and online marketing. So what it does is it goes out and it searches the web for all of the content that's relevant to what I set it to be relevant to. So it comes up and it says, all right, we're gonna post this stuff out for you. Let me see if I can show you what this looks like over here. So let's say here, this one here says at 9:10, if you want, we can post this item out for you. So this is a great way to get over that content block. Social Bakers acquires AirDrink checker moving into deep Facebook analytics. Now I might think, I don't think my people want to look at that. I'm not interested in sharing that information. So I'm going to go get a new piece. So if I click on the refresh, it says, here's another title. Would you like to share this one? The best customer service experience ever, a lesson from the rest of us. Okay, that looks pretty cool. I'm going to share that with my people. Now what I'm doing is, I'm adding value to my followers. If I think that they're going to like that, it means I'm starting to share information to people that I'm not just talking about my own stuff, I'm not promoting, I'm not selling my stuff, I'm sharing information that's going to be valuable for those people. So when I've done that, I can click on reschedule, so I can go and reschedule the time if I don't like 9:10. I can just click on reschedule. Actually, that's gone and scheduled it already. So I've actually gone and done it. Now, if I want to go and change that, I can go and view it in the calendar. Wherever it is, here's my list. There it is there. So now I can go and re-change that. So if I want to go and change that, I can just move it around or change the time. So this new tool is letting me go back and I can go and schedule a whole entire day's worth of posts just by this new tool. It's going out and finding information for me.
Do you know what the number 3 is in the little box?
Yeah, so I've got 3 different accounts that it's actually going to. So I've got 3 different Twitter accounts that it's going to. If I had 2 accounts, it'd probably be 2. So yeah. So then, on the other thing that I want to show you then, the other thing is the analytics. Now, analytics, you can have some really cool analytics. This is a summary of all of the tweets. Remember I said you could track your tweets and what sort of results you're getting from tweets? This will give you a summary, it'll give you a graphical analysis. We talked about analytics in the last couple of weeks. You can go through and have a whole bunch of different analytics for your tweets as well. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up pretty much there. I'll open up to questions because I know we've got about 10 minutes to go. So, before I do go there, one thing I do want to show you is App Directory. What Hootsuite have done is they've actually opened their back end up to a whole range of developers. And you can it actually collects a whole lot of information from this dashboard. So if I was to show you, if I was to scroll through, there's YouTube Analytics, so you can get all your analytics inside your dashboard, so you don't have to go anywhere except your Hootsuite just to see what analytics are. Anybody use Salesforce? Some of the big companies use Salesforce. Gmail, anyone heard of Gmail? You can get all your Gmail, you can put all your emails through here too. This is going to be a real one-stop dashboard for you. There'll be things here you've never heard of before. Don't freak out, because I haven't heard of some of them either. Sugar CRM is another big customer relationship management program. Evernote, Dropbox, they're all paid ones. You can go get free ones as well. Flickr, if you're into Flickr. MailChimp, anybody use MailChimp for them, so you can connect MailChimp to it. You can have Constant Contact. Anybody using Constant Contact? Jana, score using Constant Contact. Reddit, Scuba, anyway, and you can go on and on and on. There's a whole range of cool stuff there that you can connect with your Hootsuite to give you a one-stop dashboard for everything you need to do. Wow. Is that scary or is it good?
Both.
So it's a lot of information to take in, but understand that take it one step at a time. If you don't have, like I've got a lot of accounts, I've been doing this for 6 to 7 years, so you're not expected to have all of those accounts, but if you've got a Twitter and a Facebook and a LinkedIn account and you just want to get started, and then use this as the place to start reducing your time on the actual other platforms, use it to at least find out who's talking about you and what they're talking about. And that way you can start to see, I don't need to log into Facebook every day. I don't need to get side-choked with people's pictures of cats and stuff. I can do it here, but I can quickly filter what I'm looking for, so that it gives you time to work back on your business rather than spending a lot of time logging in, logging out, and getting side-choked and that sort of stuff. Yes?
You said you gave up on oomph. Oomph, just from first time I've ever seen it.
Yep.
Looks simpler to me than this one you're talking about now.
Hootsuite?
My question is though, is there anything that you can't do on Hootsuite that you can do on Oomph? Is there any advantage to Oomph from your point of view?
The only thing that I used Oomph for that I liked, and I don't even know if it still does it now, was automatically send a message to new followers on my Twitter account. So if you were to follow me on Twitter, Social Oomph was set up to send you a message. So hey, thanks for joining me. Go and check my website out. Now that was good back in the day when direct messages or personal messages on Twitter meant something. But now everyone's got it set up to do that no one even reads those messages anymore. So I don't waste my time. I don't think it's worth it. You've seen both fairly actively. Is there something on Social Oomph that you can do that you don't think you can do on here?
I think they're all pretty much the same. They have a similar platform. I just, started and wrote kind of on Social Oomph.
Yeah.
Hootsuite came out after that, or I was exposed to that after that. So I thought, I already have one platform going that does everything I want to do.
They're both much. It depends on what you like
Do
personally.
you think that Hootsuite is more complicated or just?
I don't because I've been using it for, but from the outside, when you're looking at it like that, you're probably thinking, wow, it's complicated. Remember, I've got a lot of moving parts on mine right now because I have a lot of accounts. Ordinarily, when you start, you're not going to have anything in the middle there. It's going to be blank, and it's going to look a whole lot easier than it is with all my accounts. So that's what makes this look a little bit more technically challenging because I've got so many accounts. But if you've only got 3 accounts, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook, it's going to be pretty simple to organise. And remember, you don't have to use everything on here. These are just the tools that are available in this platform. You don't have to use the analytics if you don't want to. You don't have to use the publisher. You can just say, okay. One other thing that I do want to show that comes with this is that, let's say I'm going back to this particular thing over here. There's a little applet up here that they call a Hootlet. If I click on Hootlet, what this does is it basically grabs the page that I'm on and automatically puts the title of the page there with a shortened URL. So I don't have to go and cut and paste. I just click on the little Hootlet up the top and it opens up this account. I can go and say, which account do I want to send this message to? It's got the images. If I wanted to pick that image, I can. If I wanted to pick another image, it looks completely different. Not. Usually there's 2 different images there. Or I can select no thumbnail. But if I did, I can also change the content that they've put there automatically. So this makes it easy for me to put content out there. If I'm going through, flicking through pages and I want to share it with somebody, I don't have to cut and paste and log into my Hootsuite account. I can just click on this little thing that sits in my toolbar on my browser, and then bang, there it is there. Pretty cool. Pretty nifty. Question?
I have kind of a general question for
Uh-huh.
you. As someone who is the older generation, I'm not 12 or even 21. Can you, now that Twitter has become so diluted, you're getting 60,000 people sending you information. Can you synopsis for me really what Twitter?
Why Twitter?
What's
What
the
do you
value there?
Okay, so Twitter, here's what I like to say about Twitter. Twitter is a real-time search engine. It gives you information in real time. So if I was to say, let's talk about Super Bowl. Let's talk about Seattle Seahawks. And let's say it's during the Super Bowl game itself. And I go to Google and I type in Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to get on Google a whole bunch of information about the history of the Seattle Seahawks, when they won their last game, who owns it, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But it's not going to give me that minute's result on Google of the game. I'm not going to find out the result of the game or where the ball's sitting or what line it's sitting on Google at that time. But if I go to Twitter and I want to find out what's going on in Twitter that second, I'll type in Seattle Seahawks and I'll get a whole bunch of people telling me where the score is, what it's up to, where we're at, and who's playing well and who's not playing well. It's giving me real-time information rather than a summarized, archived version of what I'm looking for. Does that make sense? If we have an earthquake here, the first thing I do is go to Twitter. If I feel a shake, I'll go to Twitter and type in earthquake, Southern California, and I'll find tweets from everyone from here to wherever they reach the earthquake, and there'll be links to the seismographic website center that I can go and see how big it was, and I can just say it wasn't me dreaming about it, it was a real earthquake, so all these people tell me about what's going on. Anytime I want to find out what's happening right now, I'll use Twitter, because Twitter tells me what's going on. You know, you look at any incident, like when Michael Jackson died, I was in LA at a hotel, and we were watching NBC or something, and we were getting the feed from one point of view, NBC, that was it. And we could only see who they were talking to. That's all. We were only getting the information from whoever they decided to interview. Right, does that make sense? But when we went to Twitter, we were getting every news person and every person that knew Michael Jackson, and someone that was walking with their dog past the fence at the time, taking photos. We were seeing stuff that NBC never knew about, but everyone in the world was telling us what was happening in the reports. So we could see exactly what was going on, and we could make a selection of what we wanted to see rather than the biased view of NBC. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this is how things like, Egypt toppled the government because of Twitter, because it was people power getting their information out. This is exactly why every news reporter you see, every journalist you see will have their Twitter name at the bottom of their article, because they want to be the first to report information. Now, if you know that their name is @MarySmith, that's their Twitter name, you can say, hey, @MarySmith, I've just seen something amazing out here, check this out, here's a photo. And suddenly she's the world's breaking reporter because you've connected with her on Twitter to tell her that.
But the volume, how do you, so if Mary Smith is a popular reporter and something happens, she's going to be bombarded. How do you?
So she can, well, it depends on what it is, but she can filter this sort of stuff in lists, as I said.
Okay.
She can go and put lists together so that she can find out information from herself. And then she can sort it out in things like Hootsuite, so she's got it segmented. She may have a list for, if she's got one source of information, she may have a list for just one source, so she can see what's going on from that one source.
So if you're a real Twitter user, you're just constantly doing
No, I wouldn't. No, not at all. I would be using it for because the other thing you can do on Hootsuite is actually put keywords too. So let's say if you're a business,
Is that a hashtag?
what's your business?
Footwear.
Footwear. Okay, so let's say that you want to have, you want to find out on Twitter. That's all good for news, as I was explaining. That's all good for news. But in your situation, let's say that I'm looking. Do you sell footwear online?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say that you set up a little search that says "need new shoes." I need new shoes. That's people out there on Twitter will write that. Oh, my feet are so sore, I think I need new shoes. Now, if you created a search for that, And every time somebody typed that up, and you got alerted to that in one of these feeds, wouldn't it be cool to say, hey, sorry, what's your name? What's your name? Kerry. Terry. So, hey, this is Terry. I sell shoes just for you. Check out my site. Or I've got a great discount for you. All of a sudden, someone said, I've got sore foot and new shoes, and Terry's here saying, I've got the answer to your problem. Oh, now, can you see how powerful that can be? You can be really getting
Yes,
into
but
the
again, so you're on your phone, watching.
No, that's what I'm saying. You set these up into your Hootsuite. You can even get that set up into email alerts
Okay.
if you wanted to. So you don't have to look at it every day. Just go in there when you're ready and look at what's going on.
So in your opinion, is Twitter the most powerful tool?
Twitter's powerful for information like that. For real-time information, definitely. There's nothing else like it. Google would love to have a search engine like it, but Twitter is still winning that whole instantaneous search results. All right, I'm going to wrap it up with one more question on the back.
You said that this suite has a free and then the $5.99
Yep.
expanded version.
Mm-hmm.
So if I wanted to check it out and set some things up as a trial, with the free version, is it seamless to upgrade to?
Yeah. Don't make
So I
it
wouldn't
easy.
have to upgrade anything new
No.
again, it would just give
No.
more power to expand.
They just open the doors a bit more. Yep, it's pretty simple. Yeah, give it a go. And if you don't like it, give social warmth a go. Do both of them even. And check out, okay, which one works better for me? I like the way this does it, I don't like the way this does it. Okay, there's my answer. And have a play with it. Cool. Do you have one more question?
Do you have any idea how many Twitter users are in the desert?
In the desert? No. I don't. But I'll find out someday.
If you go to Twello Hood,
Twello Hood, there you
Twello
go.
Hood.
Twello.com. Twello.com and then
yeah, you can actually just go to Twello
Twellohood.com. Twello Hood, like neighborhood, but Twello. Twellow. Hood.
You said that both of these keep up with your analytics, or is that something you have to do separate?
Yeah, no, you'll have analytics on the side there for you as well. Yep. All right. Hope I haven't scared you off too much.
Andrew, thank you very much. Just real quickly before we take off, if you found that this was interesting but still felt a little overwhelming, anybody feel that way? Yeah. At the end of the month, we're having a one-day deep dive into using things like this and taking you from the very beginning, hey, I don't have an account, to by the time you walk out, you have an account and you're actively using it. And we're going to spend a day with you, and as I say, it's at the end of the month in June, and we're going to do it in Palm Springs. Now, it's a one-day event, and the whole idea is to drive what, Andrew? Traffic, because without traffic, you have no opportunities for sales or revenue or building a list for future revenues. And so what we're going to do is, again, my background and Amy's background is our marketing and using video to do that. Andrew, you can see he's very adept at this and makes it look very, very simple when he's doing it. We want to do the same thing for you. So we may be talking about something like this, but diving very deep into, hey, how do you connect a blog post? How do you set up a Twitter account? How do you dial in and say, hey, I want to focus just on people looking for appraisals, right? Or I'm looking for somebody to do my hair. And we'll take you down that stream. Now, it's not a free event because it's all day and you get lunch. It's $250. But this is a workshop, so it's not like you come and you just take notes. No, you come with your laptop or your iPads. Please don't bring any towers, okay? Something mobile, and we'll help you get started. And it's going to be all day. Now, it's probably going to fill up. It's a limited size, so you want to get involved in that real quickly.
Do you know the date?
The end of the month. I think we're doing it on was it a Friday afternoon, Andrew?
Friday, it's all day. I think it is a Friday.
Yeah, let me give you the date here real quick.
That's
27th, Friday the 27th, and it will be in Palm Springs at the SCORE office there. I think it's the. We'll give you some details on that. Okay, so if you want to know more about that, please let Andrew know before you leave. Hey, put me on your list and let us know, and we'll get you the information.
Is all day 7 o'clock in the morning till 3 or 9 till 2?
If you come at 7 o'clock, you can help us set up, and if you stay till 5, you can help us break down. No, it'll probably be more like from 9 till about 4.
9 to 4, 9 to 5.
Yeah, 9 to 4, 9 to 5. And it'll be a really, very specific, like, when you come and we talk about video, we'll dive deep into video. How do you do that? Like as an example, we talked about pictures, using pictures. We'll take you to sites like Pixlr and show you exactly how you can take a simple picture, do all the adding and graphics to that, and then upload it and be able to utilize that. All the type of things we're talking about. And most of the applications we're going to show you are free. But if you don't know they're free, it's expensive not to know that. So again, I want you to think about joining us. It's going to be on the 27th of June, and it's going to be from 9 to 4, and it'll be in Palm Springs. All right. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate that. Before you leave, I think we have a sheet. We'd like you to get some feedback. If you liked what we did and you liked the presentation, please fill it out. If not, just throw it in the trash. No, I'm just kidding. Please fill it out. It'll help us understand, are we delivering content in a way and the right content that you feel like, hey, this was helpful. This was worth me coming here and getting information. Also, if you do me a favor, on the back, write down something you would like to hear about. If this is your first time, you've been here many times, say, I wish you would talk about this when it comes to the internet. Okay? Thank you very, very much. Andy, thank you. Great job.